Hey there, listeners. Today is Free Ride Friday, so make sure you hang on to the end of the episode to see who won this week's free ride. If you want to win a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA training and community, that's over 180 video lessons, interviews with experts, interactive workbooks, our interactive Facebook private group, then all you got to do is leave us a rating and a review on iTunes. Every Friday, we do a weekly random draw with everybody who's left us a review, and somebody wins a free ride. It's our way of saying thank you for showing us love on iTunes. It's a whole lot of fun, and we do it every single Friday. So go ahead and give us a review, and you too can win a free ride. Let's jump into today's episode. The $100 MBA Show. Business lessons that you can use with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA over at 100mba.net. And in today's episode, you will learn 5 ways to use Evernote in your business. Evernote is probably one of my favorite apps. It's something that I use every single day. It's so simple, it's so clean, yet so useful. And in today's lesson, I want to share with you 5 ways that you can utilize Evernote to make your life easier when running your business. I use these 5 ways and more, but these 5 ways are the ones I use the most. There's a lot I want to cover today, so let's get into it. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is supported by Google. An ad on Google can help your business find new customers at the exact moment they're searching for what you have to offer. That's called a targeted customer. Get in front of them on Google. Go to g.co/100MBA to get $75 of credit after you invest $25 in your first campaign. That's g.co/100MBA. Evernote is a very clean and simple app that is on your laptop as well as on your mobile device, so it's with you everywhere you go. And everything syncs, so if I put something on Evernote on my phone, it will sync with my account when I see it on my laptop. This is really the use of Evernote, is that I can use it anywhere. And I really love it because it's great for having your information, your notes, your work everywhere you go. So that's why I put everything in Evernote. Before I go any further on today's lesson, I just want to say that Evernote is not sponsoring today's episode. They're not paying us a dime to say anything. This is really my experience with them, and I wanted to share this episode because I really find it useful, and I want you to learn different ways to use it to help you in your business. All right, so let's get into the first way to use Evernote to help your business. Number 1, daily to-do lists. Evernote is great for this, and I love to-do lists because I like to have a list every single day, every morning, so I know what to do today and I can stay on track. I love ticking things off and knowing that I finished things and I have that sense of accomplishment. So Evernote has a little feature where you can basically make check boxes. Instead of bullet pointing, you can just put a checkbox next to every single one. And I love this, and I love to wake up in the morning after I have my breakfast and create the to-do list that I have to do. I have a whole big to-do list somewhere else on Evernote of the things I need to accomplish this month. So I take things from there, I copy and paste basically, and say, these are the things I'm going to be working on today. Record X amount of episodes, work on this thing on Webinar Ninja, answer these emails. Whatever those things are, I just put them down and make sure they're in front of me, and I review them in the morning. And at the end of my workday, I take a look at my to-do list and see if I've completed everything. I check them off. If I didn't complete something, I make sure to add it into tomorrow's to-do list tomorrow morning when I make my list for tomorrow. This really helps me focus in the morning, know what my mission is today. And I can do it even when I'm traveling because, again, it's on my phone. It also helps me reflect because it's documented. It's not a piece of paper where I throw out, because I can look back at my to-do lists from last year even and say, hey, have I progressed? Have I actually completed all the things on my to-do list, or do I always leave things off? Or am I completing things and not adding things to the list? Maybe things are just too easy. I need to add more on my plate. I can reflect and review my progress by looking at old notes. All right, awesome. Second way I use Evernote in my business is journaling and note-taking. So I love to jot down my ideas sometimes, brainstorm ideas. That could be sales copy. It could be just journaling how I feel about a certain project, or maybe just journaling, personal journaling. It's great because you could just type away really quick and it's saved right on your phone or on your computer, whatever you prefer. And you could do it again anywhere you go. It's also great if you're taking notes at a conference. if you're at a speech, if you're watching a video, even on your computer, you're watching a video, I'll sometimes just take notes of what I'm watching. So it's really good for journaling and note-taking because it's just super clean and easy, and it's easy just to make a new note in Evernote, give it a title, and quickly start writing. That's what I love about Evernote, is that it really breaks down all the barriers of writing. It's a very light app, and within one click, you have a note ready to go, and you can just give it a title and go. You don't even need to give it a title. You can just start writing, and later on, you can put a title. It'll save automatically. This is what I love about Evernote. It just saves automatically. Whenever I write, it's saved. All right. Way number 3 of using Evernote in your business. And this one's awesome. It's called in-the-moment ideas. Sometimes you're going to get new ideas about your business or a way to improve your product or your service. And you could be doing anything. You could be walking the dog. You could be exercising at the gym. And it comes to you, and you could just fire up Evernote really quick, and you have a notebook, because Evernotes are separated in notebooks, and you can have a notebook of ideas. And just jot it down so it's on your notebook, and you can review it later. Because you might say, oh, remember that idea I had in the gym? What was it again? And you won't forget it because it'll be jotted down. The thing about Evernote that is so cool is that it's so easy and fast to launch that you're not lazy about putting down notes. Sometimes ideas come in the strangest time, and sometimes you're in the shower and you can just shout out, hey Siri, make a note in Evernote that says this. You get the point. The point is that ideas come all the time, and you need to jot them down. This is nothing novel, nothing new. Great inventors, great scientists, great entrepreneurs of the past, they always kept a notebook handy. And I see Evernote as that physical piece of notebook that people had all the time. Except it's a whole lot easier with Evernote because you could search for terms, you can find your notes very quickly, and you never run out of paper, or ink for that matter. All right, 4th way of using Evernote, project planning. I love this one. Now, like I said, Evernote separates all its notes into notebooks. So you can create a notebook that has notes in it. So every time I create a new project, say for example, we're working on Webinar Ninja 4.0, I'll have a notebook that's called Webinar Ninja 4.0, and in there, there'll be different notes for that project. So I'll have a note just on the sales page, things I need to do for the sales page, video-wise, or if I have to add new copy or new images. I'll have a different note for PSDs, for Photoshop files I need to create for the new UI. I'll have a different note for the pricing. We're going to be introducing a new pricing plan. How are we going to do that, and what are the things I need to do for that? To-do lists within that notebook. I love this idea that I actually just came up because out of necessity and saw that Evernote does this well, because it puts all the to-dos, all the things I have to do, all my ideas, all the things I know I have to do with this project, and organizes them into a notebook very, very succinctly. So if you're jumping from one project to another, so if I'm going from $100 MBA show to Webinar Ninja, it's easy. I just pick that notebook, I look into which notes inside that notebook I want to work on, and I go to it. And the reason why this works so well in Evernote is that Evernote always shows you the latest note you've been working on. So if I'm going into a notebook, it will show me the last note that I was working on. So that's usually the project I'm working on right now, or the task I'm working on in that project. When I'm ready to work on the next task or the next area of that project, I just click on the note that refers to that, and then it will always open to that one first. Pretty cool. All right, 5th way to use Evernote, and I use this all the time for the show, for sales videos, for sales copy on the website, and that's scripting. I love scripting in Evernote because I can easily organize my ideas, bullet point them, I can outline things very easily. I script actual speeches I'm going to be giving in public speaking, and they're great because it's on my phone, it's handy, I can review it when I'm on the plane. I can also share it with other people when I'm out at a cafe with meeting friends or colleagues. I can share it with people that I'm working with on that actual job. It's easy. I can just show them on my phone, hey, check it out. Or I can copy and paste it and send it in Slack. I love this because it's great for scripting, because scripting is one of those things where you're going to write, re-edit, review, cut all the time. And you need to have a tool it's easy to access all the time. So sometimes when I'm just sitting around, or maybe I'm waiting for the car to finish its oil change, I'll sit there and, edit a script that I'm working on. And I have 10, 15 minutes spare. It makes a difference. And so I love scripting. I love outlining in Evernote. Guys, I got more on today's topic. I actually have a bonus way of using Evernote for your business. But before that, let me give love to today's sponsor, Google. You might be surprised how many people are looking for your business on Google every day. Not necessarily by name, but by the products or services that your business offers. When people are searching for things, it means they're interested in them, and that's exactly when your business should be there. The good news is, it's easy to make that happen. Just run an ad on Google. And you don't have to be a marketing genius either. Creating an ad just takes a few minutes. Head on over to g.co/100MBA to learn more. There's even a special offer waiting for you over there. Again, that's g.co/100MBA. Guys, before I wrap up today's lesson, I want to throw in a bonus way to use Evernote in your business. And I call this must-dos. I have a notebook called must-dos inside of Evernote, and there's different notes in there. And in there I have books, I have websites, I have people, I have all these different categories. And what I do is whenever somebody tells me, hey, you should check out this book. It's a great book I just read by this author. Or, hey, have you heard of this person? They're doing really great things over in this area. This happens all the time in our space. This happens all the time. And often what we say is, oh, cool, I'll remember that. And you don't. As soon as somebody tells me, hey, have you heard, have you read, have you, anything that starts like that, I pull out my phone and I say, hey, I just want to jot this down in Evernote so I don't forget. So they understand I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm not like, hey, whatever, man, I'm just going to check my messages. I open up Evernote, I go to my notebook that says must-dos, I find the right note. This all takes like 3 seconds. And I jot down what they say. Hey, this book's title, what's the author? I write down the author. They mention a website, I put a website down. They tell me a person, I put down the person. And they tell me, hey, did you see this movie? This is a great movie you should check out. I put that down too. Hey, this is on Netflix. It doesn't matter. I put it down in my must-do notebook. And I like to revisit my must-do notebook every once in a while, maybe every 2 weeks, and take a look at, hey, oh, that's a good book. Let me order that on Kindle. Oh, hey, let me check out that website. I have some time now free. Or let me check out that person's work. I love this practice because it makes me feel like I'm actually utilizing the advice people give me. There's nothing worse than somebody telling, oh, that was a wonderful thing, you should check that out, and you don't because you forgot. So don't be like that. Jot it down in Evernote. And if I didn't mention it yet, Evernote is free, guys. They have a premium version, but the free version is plenty. So you can get started with Evernote right now with no excuses. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you loved it. I love teaching it. I love Evernote. I think it's one of the best apps. I love it because it's clean, it's simple. It's a good example of a useful app. And for that alone, you should check it out. All right, guys, today's lesson is over, but today's episode is not because we got to give away a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA training and community. Let's see who won this week's free ride. And the winner is Morak. Morak says, great information in bite-sized chunks, 5 stars. This is one of my favorite daily podcasts. I've been listening every day for the past few months since I've heard about it. Everything is actionable and easy to do in my business or just about any other business. Thank you so much, Morak, for your awesome review. We love it. And welcome to the $100 MBA training and community. Your mission is to email us at support@businessrepublic.net so we can hook you up with a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA training and community. Guys, every Friday we do this. Just leave us an iTunes rating and review and you too can win a free ride. All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode. But before I go, I want to leave you with this. I actually don't use a whole lot of apps. I'm not an app geek. I use a few, but I use them often. I utilize them as much as I can. So you don't have to be in the know about every single app. That's why I don't share every single app out there. I think I mentioned Slack before, and now I'm talking about Evernote. So you don't have to be completely, informed about every single tech tool. And this is why I wanted to share a few apps with you that really have value in my life and in my business, and how it's a practical tool. Don't just use apps because you feel like you have to. If it's useful for you, use it. If it's not, let it go. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. Q&A weekends. I'll see you then. Take care.